Hi everyone, it's Jack here from Pentagon Solutions. I've just created a short video on how we can create technical details in Revit 2022. A lot of you guys probably aren't using Revit for detailing, so I'm going to show you some of the functionality that Revit has for detailing and how it can be used. Here's a detail that I've created earlier on. I'll just show you the 3D model quickly of the detail. So there's our flat roof. As you can see, we don't have any coping on it. It's very primitive. It mightn't even have a fall on it for water to run off it. So I'm just going to go across into my section. So I've added lots of additional details in terms of annotative regions. To show how the roof would actually function. So I've shown how the roof is ventilated. We've got our airflow above the rafters to prevent them from rotting. I've shown how the roof is insulated. There's our insulation. I've shown how the insulation sits on the rafters. And then I've also shown how that we've created a fall on the roof. This allows water to run off it, and we've done this with filleted insulation, and I've also shown little sort of chamfers here at the corners, and they're designed just to take any stress off the waterproof membrane, because corners can be places where membranes generally crack. So that would be very hard to model in Revit three-dimensionally, and you're not meant to do it, and that's why you have these tools here. So I'm going to show you how you can use them properly and how we can align these tools to work for us. I've just created a quick 3D model here. I've got a wall, I've got a roof, and I've got floor and some foundations. It should be ideal for modeling on. I'll just delete this and show you guys how to create a section. Okay, we go up to our view tab, section, go in, we can draw them. I generally drag this as far as I need to. Say if there's something in the background I want to see, as long as this line is covering it, it'll show you it. We can hide that to tidy things up a bit. We can rotate. The section line doesn't have to be straight, we can flip it. We can also split it. So I want to split it there and drag it up to create a staggered section line. We can do that as well. I'll just undo that there. So I'm just going to jump in and show you guys what this looks like at the moment. VG, want to hide annotation levels. Let's pull this across. Grids, levels. There we go. So we don't see that. And you're probably wondering, why is the roof going into the wall? Well, I'll show you that by turning on our detail level, just define. So you'll see there's plasterboard there, so the wall will go past the plasterboard. So we'll look at how we can detail this. So you'll see certain things. What I'm going to do here first is I'm just going to go up to the Annotate tab, and I'm going to show how we can cover things up using masking regions. So I'm going to go in, masking region, just going to create a rectangle here. And lock that, and that's essentially aligning that masking region to the 3D element there. So if I change the wall, that will change as well. So I'll just do this other side while I'm at it and drag it down. I just want to lock these. There's another wee arrow there. Let's lock that. And these will appear as when you're drawing stuff, so they're quite good. I'm just going to go tick. So if I now select that wall, tab, and the wall moves, you'll see that the 2D elements, the masking regions, move with them. So the next thing I want to do is put in filled region. I'll maybe do this for insulation. I'll leave that just at the moment because I want to use something called a repeating detail component. You'll see in the properties palette here we've got quite a few different repeating details, I'm going to go brickwork section, and I'll maybe create some brickwork here, and I'll stick that in there. And again, we can go into our different thicknesses of blockwork. I'm just going to go 100, and we can put that in as well. I'll just restrain that to there, restrain that to there. The top restraint isn't great. So again, if I were to move this wall, I'll just select the wall here, tab, 1 second, there's our wall. One of them wasn't restrained properly, but you can see the way the brickwork, the blockwork, sorry, moved with the wall. So we'll fix this here so it's restrained. If I go into a line, it's just the manual way of doing it. Just lock that there. I probably only need one of them because the thickness isn't going to change. So if I now go and move this wall, the 2D elements I put in will move with it. So I'm quite happy about. I'll just undo that there. So the next thing we want to do here is maybe add in some insulation. So we can go annotate insulation. It's a really nice tool. It's kind of like batting line in AutoCAD. If any of you guys use that, it's quite a nice way to put in your insulation without having to do lots of hatching. There we go, and we can then change the thickness of that if we need to. I'm going to change it to 75. Got some full fill insulation there, which is quite nice. Say I wanted to detail this properly. This is a floor screed, and there's a floor insulation. I know that there's going to be a strip here that comes down, so I'm going to go into region, masking region. And we can draw this manually. I'm just going to draw it roughly at the moment. We can restrain that to there. I'm going to make that 50. I'm just going to go close. If I go annotate, put in insulation, and then we'll have our floor screed. It might only be 25 actually, and then I can run the insulation across on the actual floor itself. Again, if I wanted to change this, what I can do is I can go masking region, just to hide that plasterboard, because in reality it's not actually going to be there. Masking region, and we can go in detail region. I'll just go turn my wee X's on, and I'm going to change that to maybe insulation, or different type of hatch, apply, and go in there, edit, duplicate, and call it insulation. And I'll see what I can find here for you guys. There should be something that's called insulation. Might be in the model. Or concrete, for example. Let's see. Gypsum plaster, sand, bents. Kind of has a concrete look to it. Not 100%, but yeah. There we go, and we can start to detail these things. Other things we can do here is we can add detail lines in. So we've looked at how we can add insulation to the floor and using our masking regions and our fill regions. So what I want to do here is look at how we can add more detail here into the roof structure in terms of joists. So I'm going to go to the Annotate tab here, and I'm going to go Detail Line. I want to just quickly draw a 75 by 225 joist. Shift, that's 225. There we go. I'm just gonna select the whole thing and create group. I've got floor joists. Okay. Floor joists 75 times 225. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll just select that. I'm going to go move that across just to where my joist would be. And a big thing here is copying these in AutoCAD can be a wee bit boring. So it's kind of similar process. Just going to go in and I'm going to actually array this, and I want 400 centers. Just going to move it across 400. You'll see that it prompts us for a number. We'll put in a number. I'll just put in 10. 10. There we go. If I select that, change 10, maybe change it to 13. Add more. We can trim these later. Again, if I wanted to add in maybe some plasterboard there, what we can do here is just pull that across, don't care what size it is. Select this, 12.5. There we go. Solid black, there's our plasterboard. Maybe I want to stick in some insulation between the joists, or just to improve the U value of that roof. What we can do here is I just go with the midpoints and then I will select it all and move it down. So then I can hold in control and I would just use MV, and I'll select this point here, built down to there. There's our insulation. And if you want to watch similar videos, just follow us, press the subscribe button below, and if you want to find out a wee bit more about what we do here at Pentagon, please do follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter.